Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back to Laptop Trader Channel on YouTube. Again, this is Philip at Laptop Trader on YouTube, and email is laptoptraderphil@gmail.com. This video is for info only, should not be considered investing advice. Caution, trade at your own risk. Please protect yourself at all times. Any stock suggestions are up to you to decide if that is appropriate for you. Good luck and God bless. This video is going to be, I'm going to show you some stuff that's moving right now in the market. It's moving up, I should say. Whether there's good news or bad news, there is always stocks moving up. However, the list and the stuff I'm going to show you is very speculative. And for me personally, I have no more than 1% in any one of these positions. So very speculative. If you do like the stocks I show you, be very careful because I would limit my positional risk to a very small number for you. Right? I'm talking like if you had like a $10,000 account, you would only buy like $100 in shares, okay? Again, invest in yourself first before you invest in the markets. And I'm going to remind you again, what does it mean to protect yourself at all times before I show you this list of stocks, okay? So I'll just leave that there and then we'll get to a live list of stocks I'm watching right now and or that I've already bought. All right, let's get to the charts. Okay, let's get to the charts. So here's a list I created last year when quantum computing stocks and AI stocks were moving. In my opinion, these are very similar because I believe in the future, quantum computing will also play a role with AI. So I just separated. I've separated this in one of two ways. In this case, I separated this by the 1 month change. So after last 1 month, IonQ has been up 85%, right? Quantum computing up 51%. D-Wave Quantum up 46 and down the line. But I want to segregate these by market cap so that we're in the largest ones first if you chose to do this. When you get into smaller stocks or speculative stocks, market cap and liquidity really matter quite a lot. So let's just look at this list. And the largest one on the list is IonQ. Last year it had a big move up from the end of 2024 into October 2025 and then kind of sold off. Well, as I mentioned before, a big move up creates a pivot. And then the move down creates an opportunity for us to get involved as it makes a turn back up. So this one had a 1 month move in October 24 of 71%, over 70, almost 72%. And then in November it moved up 142%. So that is enough to create a nice pivot on a smaller time frame. Right now it's trading, and that also matches this pivot way back here. See that? So these pivots matter over time. And you can see right now we're actually trading well over that, right? So this had a nice move up in April, and now it's continuing in May. And I believe that it may pull back, but it looks to me like it's going to come up here and probably test the highs up here somewhere this year. So that's why it's on my list. Now, when we look at a smaller time frame, that's a monthly time frame, we go to daily time frame, and I like this quite a bit on the daily time frame. So you can see this purple line was down, right? So that was the pullback, or that's that lowering of prices giving us a potential opportunity. We can see this gap up, close up in a day, 20%. Another gap up, close in a day, almost up another 21%. And then it kind of starts consolidating or building this little base here, and then makes a nice move up over 4 or 5 days, pulls back, leaves a bottoming tail, and then this igniting green bar. So on this day, it was up another over 15%. And now it's kind of hanging out. The price is kind of hanging out towards the top third or so of that bar. So I am anticipating, I'm speculating that this is going to, over the next 1 to 5 days, continue this move up. So that's why that's on my list, okay? Just so you know what I'm thinking. So let's quickly go through some of these. Some of these look better than others. QBTS also looks similar, where it had this, Strong move up, pulled back, another strong move up. Okay, and it's kind of right now building this little base. It's been sitting here for about 6 days. Already had earnings. Most of these companies do not make a net profit. But again, I'm anticipating it's going to, at some point over the next 1 to 5 days, continue this move higher. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I'm making some educated guesses. This one looks stronger to me than the rest, right? Very strong move up, gaps down, moves up again into earnings, gaps down, but has held this area over the last 5 days. Rigetti Computing, another popular winner last year. Yeah, we could see on this time frame with this moving average analysis, this was moving down, so this has been giving us another possible early entry where we had this little pivot, higher low, and is now consolidated here after earnings in this area. So this one, I kind of look at this and I like this over these two tight candles, over these closing prices. I like this one better, not where it's at now, but over 19.82. So $19.82, I like that, over that area. Quantum, which is an ETF, and this has a pretty diverse ETF, but it's all tech. So this has a lot of tech companies in it, but this has had a huge move up over the last month, and with increasing volume. I just want to take a quick snapshot here for you guys of what's in this ETF. So this has 89 holdings in the top 10. Top 10 holdings comprise over 21% of this ETF, and it's got $4 billion under management. But you'll recognize a lot of these names. So in the top 10, Intel, Micron, Global Unichip, MediaTek, STM, Microelectronics, Nokia, AMD, ON Semiconductor, MKS, Marvel, and others, right? And on down the line. But when we look into this ETF, as we get down into it, we will see some other popular ones that have moved recently, like CoreWeave, Google, Qualcomm, Cisco, NVIDIA, and others that are in this ETF. And we keep going down, we start seeing some of these quantum names like IonQ. But you can see even the ETFs limit their exposure to these speculative stocks like IonQ. It's only less than 1% of this ETF. Cloudflare, right? Oracle, Microsoft. Here's another one, QBTS, D-Wave Quantum Computing, 0.8%. So if you don't like to play individual stocks, this ETF could give you a way to play kind of this industry in this sector and not take as much risk. Because when you spread your risk out over 89 stocks, it's not going to move as fast, but you're still going to be able to catch a lot of these up-and-coming names. And we've got this smaller company, Pony AI. I don't like this one right now. It's still in a downtrend. SoundHound AI has made a little bit of move up, but not as strong, so that's watch for me. QUBT, Quantum Computing Inc. Big volume on this gap up, but then kind of is giving it back. I would like to see this maybe move back down another day or two, and then maybe make a hook pattern or something. But that's on the watch list. This one I did pretty well in last year, Big Bear AI. I've got a very small position in this one. Higher low pivot, went sideways, kind of moved up in earnings, and since then has been sideways for about 8 days. But nice tight closes through here. Look at these closing prices. 417 close. Next day, 414 close. Here it closed at 418. This day it closed at 419, and today it closed at 421. So it's holding that area. I like that one right now in a small way. Kodiak AI, I do not like. This is like an AI. They're using AI to try to get into trucking. It's very small in that industry, but the monthly chart will tell the story. This one is just all over the place, so I would stay away from that one. It may or may not work out, but it's really the pricing on that is just too crazy for me. You may like that, but this one, C3 AI, Again, still below all the moving averages. That's just a watch. Super X AI, I like this one a little bit better, but still below all the moving averages. If this moved up in a bigger way, it could be a possibility, but just a watch for me. MD, AI, Spectral. This one stopped me out here. So I bought in this area, put a stop under here, stopped me out here. Now today it left a bottoming tail with a red candle. So in this case, I would buy over today's high, over 216. So at 217, I like MDAI because of that bottoming tail. Now it could go down further tomorrow, so I would not buy unless it got over that candle. But that is starting to perk up where it's had a low, higher low, another higher low. So this is starting to form a small uptrend. And finally, IDAI T-stamp, still in a major downtrend. I do not like that one at this time. So that's some stuff that's moving right now in that space of quantum computing. I've also got a few more for you, and then I'll wrap up this video that I've recently tried. This one, Mercury Systems. This is part of aerospace and defense. Last earnings report, it sold off pretty hard. Started building the space, created a higher little pivot here. It also had a couple gaps up. Gapped up here on earnings, and over the last 6 days has been a lot tighter price action here. I like that. And that monthly chart is starting to recover from that sell-off. So this could go sideways for a little bit here, but I'm anticipating that will eventually continue that uptrend there. This one is in the oil and gas space, Oceanarian International. So I kind of like the look of that right now. CHRN, more of a bottoming pattern, probably just a watch. Sezzle made a big move last year and sold off pretty hard, and now that is recovering. So I like Sezzle over this area here. This was a high pivot here. I liked it over 79.59. It's already at 102. So this will be, if this went sideways for a few weeks, this would be a much better opportunity. But still, that's on the list. Not so much, no. This one I've got a nice gain already. American Superconductor. You can see where my stop was at. I raised my stop. So this is starting to move up. Looks like it's going to test these highs this next year. I mean this month, around the 64, 65 area. This is in the space industry, SIDU. This one is big, long bottoming pattern. This made a low here, big move up, pulled back, and is now hopefully starting to recover. I like this over this candle here, over 395. I like SIDU. And what else do we got? Wolf has been doing pretty good. Yeah, Wolf has been pretty good. It's kind of made this move up, sideways, move up into earnings, pull back a little bit, but fairly tight price action over the last 3 days. So I like this over these closes, over 23.38. I like SIDU, and even better over 23.62. I mean Wolf, WULF. And this one is, again, does not earn money per share. So it's more speculative stocks, but there is some stuff moving out there. I believe I got stopped out of this too. RNG Ring. Yeah, I got stopped out of Ring Central after earnings, so that was a stop for me. Firefly Aerospace, another one, big move up. Earnings, another big move up, pull back, and now is looking much better here over the last 6-7 days. This red candle after earnings was concerning. I believe it stopped me out. I got back in, and now over the last 3 days it's had fairly tight price action here. I like that over today's high of 41. So I like Firefly Aerospace, symbol fly over 41. And I will cut it there. So that should give you guys enough to think about. And safe trading, and I'll see you guys. I'll be on vacation. I'll be back in June. I'm taking a vacation in May. And that's it. Have a great day, great month. Bye.